Jamie from the negative team stated that actions incite and amplify actions. But how does that matter if our Earth is harmed already? And how can you possibly compare social media to destruction of humanity? Jasmine discussed we are taking more than we need from our environment. We are dependent on our environment, and yet we continue to abuse it by burning fossil fuels and littering. Our Earth is harmed by greedy pockets and sticky fingers. Our actions are more powerful than words, so let's be part of the solution, not the pollution. For centuries, we have constantly abused our Earth by burning fossil fuels and poisoning our environment with greenhouse gases. When our atmosphere thickens from buildups of greenhouse gases we produce, our Earth begins to heat up, causing climate change such as extreme weathers like droughts, fires, and blizzards. In 2019, a polar vortex struck Northern America. The Guardian states it was a wide expanse of swirling cold air locked around the Arctic region. Lives were impacted. 22 people died. Polar bears from the zoo were kept indoors to stop them from freezing. A polar bear kept indoors? Isn't that insane? But you know what's worse? A frozen toilet. People could not flush their toilets. But why was this even happening in the first place? It's us. We are running towards an environmental apocalypse. We choose to cultivate unwholesome actions because we are greedy to satisfy our wants and ignorant to our needs. We burn fossil fuels so we can binge on Netflix or have 1-hour showers. Then we delude ourselves to think, oh yeah, I recycled because I recycled 1 plastic bottle today. We are blind to the consequences of our action. By choosing to abuse our Earth, we continue to perpetuate a cycle of destruction and suffering. Global warming is altering our climate. How many more polar vortexes do we need before we learn? We need to invest into renewable resources, such as solar energy, and adopt sustainable practices. We need to get our act together now and maintain it, because if Earth suffers, we will suffer. Our actions are more powerful than words. So let's be part of the solution, not the pollution. A misconduct by action is not just about what we do, it's also about what we don't do. Littering instead of recycling. The Australian Institute of Criminology found that 35% of the recent Australian bushfires were caused accidentally by people. We are equipped with knowledge to recycle, but we don't. We indulge in sloth and torpor because walking an extra step will cause us pain and suffering. But look at the consequences of our actions. Flickering a cigarette butt out a car window was enough to ignite a blazing fire. Our environment is already extremely vulnerable due to the droughts caused by climate change. Littering is just adding fuel to the horrifying bushfires that we had last year. We have completely eviscerated 1,588 homes and destroyed 653. And our koalas are critically endangered, as the Australian Academy of Science reported. The Christmas carolers will know what I'm talking about from last year, because our atmosphere was literally blanketed with smoke and snowing ashes. Talk about White Christmas. We were inhaling toxic air, harming ourselves and our environment. We supported people who were impacted from the bushfires, but that still doesn't fix the real issue, us. It's like cutting the tops of weeds when you need to pluck it out by the roots. We have to stop being lazy and selfish and learn to reduce, reuse, and recycle. How lucky are we because the school has implemented bins and the recycling program? If we stay ignorant, our environment will continue to suffer. We will suffer. We need to reduce, reuse, and recycle and find ways to work in harmony and not greed.